Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. You are tuned in to Big Mike's blog. I'm your humble host, Big Mike, coming to you from my home. Hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing okay, all things considered. I'm wearing the Raptors jersey for a few reasons, and this is actually a good segue into the topic that I'm going to discuss. For a few reasons. Number one, Raptors are my favorite team. Live in Toronto. Obviously, it matches. Pascal Siakam, one of my favorite players on the team. But also, I was actually supposed to go to a game on Good Friday. Vince Carter was actually coming here for his last game in Toronto as a Toronto Raptor. That was going to be his last game. So I was actually wearing my Vince Carter jersey. I was all excited, and that didn't happen. And I was actually supposed to go to a game on March 20th where I was going to wear this jersey, actually, and then these mofos, but then that didn't happen. So I'm a little bit bummed. You know, the COVID has ruined my life. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't ruined my life. But it kind of held me up. So I figured I'd wear this jersey to kind of in memoriam for the games I didn't get to go to. So hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's surviving, doing the best they can during this time. I figured, I've been trying to do these weekly. I didn't do one last week or post one last week, so my apologies to y'all. Just was kind of a little bit busy. Wasn't feeling the greatest last week either, so now I'm feeling a little bit better. So figured I would post one for y'all. So basically just giving you guys an update on what's been going on with me during this COVID stuff, how I've been handling it, what I've been trying to do, and all this jazz. So right now, I'm doing okay overall. Last week I got myself a MacBook, so I'll show you the lovely MacBook. See, look at this. I'm all appled up, baby. All appled up. So got a MacBook last week, went for a walk. It's pretty cool. I went on Tuesday and got it. It was a little bit of a process. I got a Soda Stream as well. The big lovely bastard behind me is the Soda Stream I got. So I did buy some stuff because I need the laptop for school and for work if I go back to work. So I needed it for both of those things. So that's the reason why I got it. And I already allotted money aside for it too, so there was that. I did get my money for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. I did get that. Actually, that was fairly easy. Actually, a lot easier than EI, actually, getting that money, because EI is a little bit of a painstaking process, and their lines are fucking nuts. I was actually trying to call EI for another reason, and I can't even get through to them. So that's another issue, because I've been calling EI since last week, just because I have an issue that I need to discuss with them about, and just haven't heard from them at all. And it's driving me nuts. And it's a little bit of a rant, but I understand too, because I know that the phone lines are busy. I know everyone's been applying for EI like crazy, trying to get through. And I don't think EI was really equipped to handle the 500. Apparently, my friend told me like 500,000 Canadians applied for EI. That's a lot of Canadians. So, I think in the midst of that, I don't think they were really prepared for the amount of people that were applying. So that's kind of what's going on. But I've been trying to get through, haven't gotten through yet. Hope to get through at some point, because I do actually need to talk to someone. So we'll see. But yeah, like last week I was out for a bit. I worked out a lot. I've been working out a lot. I would say the one thing I have been doing is working out more, as you could see by the lovely arms. Maybe, I don't know if you guys see it or not. Maybe I'm always look this big, so it doesn't matter. But I have been trying to work out more. Have been trying to go for walks when it's nice outside. I don't know, maybe today or tomorrow I might take a little bit of a walk, get outside. Because actually Tuesday I actually walked a fair amount. Got over like 15,000 steps in on my Fitbit and all that. So just trying to get outside, not trying to be bogged down in the house. Because a lot of people I talk to, they're like, oh, I'm in the house and I'm stressed out and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, get outside and take a fucking walk. Don't just stay in the house, because that's going to drive you nuts more. So that's what I've been trying to do. Like when I do start feeling like a little bit cabin fever, I just get out the house to get some air. So that's been helping me too. But yeah, like I think overall I've been doing okay so far. Been trying to work on some other projects, because actually one of the things I do is or have done in the past, I actually wrote a movie a few years back. So I'm actually working on a movie now. Or actually more of a story, but I'm not really writing it more of a screenplay, just more of a movie. But it is a movie. I'm hoping to make it into a movie. So that's kind of what I've been working on now. And I'm not going to tell you what it's about, because obviously I don't want to, I want to wait until it actually gets finished and made and all that. But that's just kind of a project I'm keeping close to the vest. But I'm also going to be doing some audiobook recordings as well. So I'm working on that. Just trying to I'm waiting for my equipment to come in so I can get that going. And I've been cooking a lot. So I've been cooking a lot more. Actually, well, I can't say that because I had takeout the past couple days. But last week I cooked a lot. I have food I'm cooking right now. So that's going to be my dinner for the whole week. And yeah, and I've been reading too. I've been reading 1984 by George Orwell. So I've been doing that as well. So been doing a lot of different, just trying to keep myself as busy as I can. It has been difficult a little bit for a lot of people, and I've been trying to, talk to people and see how people are doing and check in and stuff like that, and just try to be a positive voice to people because, this situation, I don't know, no one knows when it's going to end. It is going to end. I firmly believe that it will end. I just don't know when, and I think for me, the reason why for me it's hard to really sit here and complain and bitch and moan about my situation, because actually Tuesday when I went out when I went to get my laptop and all that, when I was coming home, or actually no, when I was heading to get my laptop, I saw like there's a food bank actually not that far from where I live, and I didn't even realize they had a food bank there, and the food bank line was like literally around the block. It was like there were so many people lining up for food. And I didn't really take into account and really think that, oh, wow, this is like affecting people financially or from the standpoint of they can't even eat. They don't have money to buy food. So that's why for me, it's kind of hard for me to really complain about my situation because, like, I have money, I have food in my fridge, I'm doing well. So it's hard for me to sit there and complain about being bored and I'm stressed out. Like, I have really nothing to be stressed out about. You know what I'm saying? Like, considering what other people are going through. And people are going through way worse than I'm going through. So for me to sit there and bitch and moan about it makes no sense. So that's why I'm trying to be more of a positive influence on other people and say, listen, your situation, it sucks. There's no doubt that it sucks. But you could be in a way worse situation than you are in. So count your blessings. And a lot of my friends, they're still working, a credit to them, and they're still able to go out and do stuff. But, and even I was talking to my mom last night, and she lives in Nashville, and she was telling me how there's still people going to church and stuff like that in the midst of all this. There's still people going out, hanging out, having people over, doing all kinds of shit. So again, like I said, in my first Corona vlog, I said that the spread of this is up to us as a society, right? Like, we have to take responsibility and make sure that we're doing what we can to prevent other people from getting this shit. And that's up to individuals, whether they want to do that or not. The government can only do so much. And I personally think overall the government's done good with it, because this is unprecedented from the standpoint of they had to handle it the way they handled it, because if they didn't handle it the way they handled it, there'd be utter chaos. It'd be like the purge outside if they didn't handle it the way they did. So I think they've done a good job overall, both the premier and the prime minister. But who knows? Like, everything's pretty much closed, shut down. Like, I have a trip planned to Belgium that I'm trying to push to next year. And I have a trip that I've booked, but that's hopefully going to be later in the year when this shit hopefully dies down. School wise, I'm still hoping to hear back in terms of whether I'm accepted or not, but everything's closed, so I don't even know at this point. So yeah, it's just like everything's kind of up in the air. A lot of stuff with me is a little bit up in the air. So there would be a little bit of anxiety, you'd think, but actually, like, for me, I'm good. I'm fine either way. My goal is, like I said, to just keep myself as busy and to make sure that I'm coming out of this better than I was before. And that's kind of my mindset on this. And that's the best thing I'm going to try to impart on you guys as well when it comes to this situation, because otherwise it's just, you don't want to deteriorate during this, you know what I'm saying? And because it's easy to do that, especially when you're at home or you're not really doing anything to stimulate yourself. Like, I think for me, the reason why I'm not stressing about it is because I've been doing things to stimulate my brain. So I'm not like stressed out. Now, do I watch the news? Not really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I get my news from like Twitter sometimes, or sometimes through friends. They'll keep me updated on what's going on. But I decided to stop watching the news like a month ago, because the news will have you just freak the fuck out and scared out of your mind. And I just got to a point where I just didn't want to deal with it. I just didn't want to watch the news, because it's either the shit's spreading or it's going to end in July, or it's going to end in September, or it's going to end in 18 months. Like, I don't even know at this point when the shit's going to end. And I just said, you know what, Mike? When it ends, it'll end. But in the meantime, I still got to live my life as best as I can despite all this bullshit that's going on. And that's kind of all I can do, and that's all I am going to do. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it boils down to. And, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this will end at some point. I'm hopeful that things can try to go back to some type of normalcy. But who knows? Like, honestly, who knows? And there's just no way to know at this point. I'm still trying to keep in touch with friends and family and stuff like that and make sure that I'm still peeking my face out. But then at the same time, I'm just trying to still do the best I can, But I do hope that, like I said, the EI situation gets sorted because, people need money too, right? And this is like their lifeline to survive, And actually, funny thing too, also, not just with EI, but with welfare. Because I work with clients on welfare. So, like, I've had people that have told that, like, in terms of, like, the work that I do where I work with, like, I'm basically my role is a vocational rehab consultant. And basically, in a nutshell, kind of what I do is I help people that are on welfare get back and try to help them get back into the workforce as best they can. So I've been asked on many occasions, so you're probably going to get a lot of clients. I'm like, yes and no, which is a good and bad thing, because this is going to impact a lot of people, and it is impacting a lot of people. But the best thing I can do is just try to help myself first and then see if I can help the clients if I go back to my role, depending on how it works. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with me in my situation. Like, my work situation, my situation in general is just all up in the air. So who knows? And, the funny thing is too, like, I actually posted something on my IG yesterday about, like, couples and stuff, like, not posting like how they're in love with each other and all this stuff during this COVID stuff. Because I was actually talking to a friend and they were telling me how, like, a lot of their married friends aren't, like, having sex. They're not chilling with anybody. They're not doing they're not really hanging out. But then, like, some of my married friends are actually telling me, no, we've been actually having a great time. It's been great. Like, we're really bonding and stuff like that, which is great to see. And actually, one other thing I want to mention, because I don't want to forget this. So when the past few times I've walked outside, and I've been, like, walking, kind of observing and stuff like that. And I've looked outside people's windows and I've seen, like, these, like, rainbow kind of paintings and pictures of saying, like, we're all in this together, and that's such a positive, beautiful thing to see. There's so much negative and everyone's talking about the conspiracy theory and the government and everyone's bitching about this, that, and the third and all this other shit. And that's irrelevant to me, to be honest, because it's just, like, it's white noise to me. But it's good to see that there's some positives coming from this, where people are spending time with their loved ones more and they are investing in themselves and they're investing, and, and people are coming together as a community and try to help each other. And that's something that it took this to kind of, for people to actually kind of do, because usually before, like, everyone was just kind of like 9 to 5, got to work, got to do my thing. And all those other things kind of got lost in the shuffle. So to see now people actually, like, investing in themselves, investing in their friends, investing in their families, and doing things that they weren't doing prior to this is a beautiful thing. And I hope that I hope that element of it continues on. The negative shit is going to be there, unfortunately. I mean, there's nothing we can really do about that because people are stupid and there's a lot of negative, shitty people out there. So that we can't control. But what we can control is how we move forward in the positive way. And I hope that from me doing these vlogs, that people are able to see that, And again, I'm going to have my good days and bad days like everybody else. I'm not saying that every day since this has been great. I've been frustrated calling EI. It's been driving me fucking nuts. I've been trying to call Ryerson. That's been a fucking ordeal. And just overall, I've been, but overall, I would say that I've been in a very good space about everything. Because even when I was sent home and all that, I was just like, well, I got to make this shit work. And my life has all been about adapting and adjusting. That's been my life in a nutshell. So this is not something that's going to completely derail me, because my life has been worse. And I've been through a hell of a lot worse. And this can never break me. And I just hope that people have that same philosophy, that this situation does not break you completely. and does not make you deteriorate completely as a person, as an individual, and all that, because we all have value that we bring to the society as a whole, and I hope people really look at that and take heed of that. At least now, like, the stores have kind of curbed the stupid people buying a bunch of shit in bulk, and they allow seniors to go in first and do all that, which I think is great. I like that Amazon has done what they've done and safeguarded people from doing stupid shit. And I think that's good. I think that it's good to see that people are taking this shit seriously. That a majority of people are taking this seriously. Not everyone is, and that's just the reality, because you're dealing with people, and most people don't take shit seriously, unfortunately. And and R.I.P. actually to before I forget this, Karl Anthony Towns, the basketball player of Minnesota Timberwolves, his mother passed away from the coronavirus last night, and she had been dealing with it for about 3 weeks, almost a month, and she actually passed away last night. So if that doesn't make you mofos realize how serious this shit is, I don't know what will. And I don't give a fuck about, like I said, I don't care about it being a government conspiracy and all this other bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Let's end it. Let's do what we can to stay the fuck home if we have to. Unless you have to go out, stay the fuck home. If you have to go out, take a quick walk, come the fuck home. All right? Other than that, chill, because that shit really struck me. I was like, fuck, man. Because I remember him saying that, his mom has it and we need to take this shit seriously. But the fact that she passed, that's telling. So let's be smart, people. All right? Now, on that note, I'm signing off. But I want to thank everyone for watching this. Hopefully you guys took something from it. If you took nothing from it, I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm signing off. Take care. Peace. I'm going to hit you out with some more content later on.